Hello, hello, hello. Happy Saturday, everybody. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Wonderful day, wonderful night. Just having a blessed day all around. Um, Today we will be doing a review on Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 8, Episode 12, Martelling Tales, or my version of LATRISHA, because that's what I saw. Anywho, all things in this video are alleged, and they are from my own opinions only. They are used for entertainment purposes. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you guys think about anything that I say. Just drop down in the comments and interact with me. With that being said, let's get started with this review. So, of course, the episode starts with Stormy and Courtney at the new warehouse. Is showing where they're trying to get the new warehouse unpacked and unloaded. So they're having to move stuff from one warehouse to another. Of course, Stormy is telling Courtney about how things went at TikTok and that she's going to have to go back to TikTok soon to do another live event. Because the last time she went, she had to do a live event and she had to do more than she thought she had to do. So with her going back and forth and back, they are now looking for a house in LA. So of course, Courtney says they're going to get a house in LA. It's going to be sooner rather than later. So Stormy told Courtney that Martell had came to the warehouse a week ago or so looking for him, but of course he wasn't there. And they were talking about the Lovers and Friends event, and they got on the subject of him and Trisha and why they was acting so weird when they came to the house. And Martell was like, well, she came to my house a couple of times. So Stormy is asking Courtney, did he know about it? Did Martell tell him anything about it? So Courtney was like, no, we shot the breeze or whatever when we went to bowling. And, we talked about different things, but as far as her coming over to the house, no, that ain't come up. That did not come up. And Courtney was like, if we being honest, that ain't even my business. So Stormy's like, well, it's not my business either. It was, just dropped in my lap. It fell in my lap. And now it feels weird. So because I got to ask her about it. Why? Why you got to ask her about it? That's what I'm trying to understand. Why you got to ask her about it? You said it fell in your lap. So now you got to ask her about it. In my personal opinion, you don't have to ask people everything that falls in your lap. You get told stuff all the time. I'm sure you don't go to everybody you've heard something about and ask them about it. But I know you're going to do this because you say that's your friend. And of course, this is on TV. So we got to use this as a storyline. So whatever. I need to stop saying whatever, but on this, it's whatever. Anyway, the next scene we go to is, I'm trying to understand why Martell in his robes and stuff and pouring the wine for Destiny when she comes over. It gets on my, I'm just sick of seeing it at this point. Cause why you gotta have on a robe with your boxers on every time this woman comes to your house? Ugh, it don't make no sense. And they get to talking to conversing. She shows him a picture of a law. He talking about Law looks like his Uncle Martell, and I'm like, why would he look like you? And she's sitting there looking stupid and laughing and stuff. So they come up with this, the subject at hand, which is the only reason they did this scene, is so Martell can tell Destiny that Trish and Chris, well, that Chris brought Moses and Sonny to look at his house that they thinking about buying, that they really are not thinking about buying. They just went to look at the house so they could show it on the show, whatever. But Destiny, you know, she feels away because she's like, now why y'all so pressed with me? You following in behind me? Because now, why would you try to move your wife to where I stay? I mean, because she feels like he just was, Martell actually played into this, talking about Moses must really love her because they talking about buying a house here. But I didn't hear Martell talking about how they were planning on having kids, because they damn sure told you that, Martell. You didn't mention that. You want to mention everything else, but you ain't mentioned that. And he also, because she was telling him, she mentioned something about side chicks, and Martell like, everybody need a side chick, and she was like, that's your problem now. That's your problem now. And I feel like if you was gonna go there, you should have really went there with him. You just in there giving a jokey joke because you felt a way because he had a conversation as it related to Sonny and Moses. Did you really feel that way when he was doing all the stuff that he was doing? But anyway, Destiny asks Martell, did Moses have on his ring? What difference if he had on his ring or not? He, at that particular time, he was with his wife, whether he had that sucker on or not. He had the whole wife beside him, be it right, wrong, or indifferent, whether you like her or not. Right now, it is what it is. They married at the end of the day. Shit. And you know, Martell was telling Destiny how they told him about how he named his logistics company after the kids that they were talking about having, and he was like, well, y'all was really planning on having a future. And the way Martell made it sound to Destiny, because she's like, y'all had old bromance. He's sitting there pouring his heart out to you. Why are y'all even talking about that when y'all supposed to be looking at a house? And from what I saw of the conversation, it didn't go the way Martell painted it to Destiny. So Destiny gonna end up running back to Tisha and whomever and gonna be like, well, he was over there telling Martell how was pouring his heart out for me to Martell or whatever, but it didn't go quite that way that I saw. But of course, Martell gonna play it up because Destiny is his supposed friend. So that's how that went. Either way it goes. Next thing, we see Destiny and Trisha at the gym. So of course, Destiny is still in her feelings from the conversation that she had with Martell about Moses and Sonny looking at houses in Huntsville. So she goes to the gym to work out with Sonny. And Sonny working out, and she is doing it. I ain't gonna lie, Sonny is not Sonny. Trisha. She goes to work out with Trisha. Trisha is working her out though. I ain't gonna lie, Trisha is that heifer. That heifer is she cut. That heifer is cut. Shoot, I didn't get my arms and stuff toned up like that, but that heifer is cut. I gotta give it to her. And so, in the midst of them working out, in walks Stormy, who ain't planning on picking up a great, much less a weight. So she's like, she just got back from TikTok and she's extremely tired. And then she talks about how they're moving warehouses, and in the midst of moving warehouses, they're having to pack all these orders and get all these orders shipped out because she's with TikTok now. And with TikTok, you have to have these orders sent in a specific time frame. So in the midst of everything she's doing, she got to get these doggone orders out, or TikTok is gonna boot her, I guess. I don't know. I don't know TikTok like that. But she does say it's going to take about a week for them to move. And she wants to get to the point where she doesn't even have to go to the warehouse, or she doesn't have to be as hands-on. She wants to be able to, she want to be able to live that soft life. You want to be out there, chilling while your company is still working and making the money for you, but you don't have to be the one out there really in the grind. Because from what I'm getting, she's been grinding for a minute. So now she want to be in her soft girl era, but she ain't got there yet. She ain't got there yet because they got to move into this 30,000 square foot place. So she can't be in her soft girl era just yet. And in the midst of her talking about everything that she got going on, Destiny tells her that she's proud of her and she views her as inspiration because, Destiny went from the bottom to the top. Then she had some struggles and went back to the bottom. And now she's back on top. And she compared it to herself. But I ain't trying to be funny, but in all the episodes we've watched, when has Destiny been on the top? I'll wait. But if her future plans is to, in the future, be on the top, hey, do what you got to do, girl. But do it the right way. So, none talking, Trisha starts talking about how, she had a conversation where Marquez, she had a conversation with the kids, and she had a conversation with her sister. So she was telling about how her sisters did not know that she had been separated or that she was shacking up with Ken. And, she feels like her family can be judgmental, and she feels she's a very private person. I'm like, baby, I understand privacy, but dang, you act like whatever going on your thing is locked down like Fort Knox, Fort Seal, Fort somebody. You got this thing just locked down. You don't want to tell nobody nothing in your life. And not, of course, we all saw the conversation with the sister's trying to figure out, if there's no room for reconciliation, which in this conversation, Destiny asked the question about, if there's a way where they could fix it. So Trish was like, at this point, it's been too much resentment, too much everything, too much anger, hurt, and resentment that has built up in the years that have passed. So even if they would try to fix it, they couldn't fix it. So at this point, basically the only thing they're really trying to work on is getting a co-parenting situation. Of course, she told them that the divorce and stuff was brought up, and they talked about it and how Marquez feels away because of the kids and Ken. So Stormy ends up bringing up the conversation when she was like, she was talking about how her and Martell was acting like they didn't know each other. And so Destiny was like, were y'all sneaky links or something? Trish dang near choked over there. She dang near choked over there. And so Stormy was like, well, Martell came to the warehouse and he said that, you've been to his house a couple of times. And baby girl hit that win. When? How they know? All they know is Martell said he been to the house. So, Destiny asked a whole lot of questions. Baby, Destiny concerned with what her BFF effort doing. See, he all up in your business, but he ain't telling you all that bull crap that he doing. But Trish does say that Martell invited her to his house about 4 years ago. Of course, Destiny was like, 4 years ago, wasn't he still married? Trish says no. Trish just a little liar at this point. And she's trying to understand what was the purpose of him even bringing that up to Stormy. And she was like, even then he asked her to come to the house, but she's saying she never made it to the house. And this was like way before Ken. And then she said, then, they roll a footage where it said, where we see Trisha when they came to Stormy's house before the little lovers and friends thing. And Trish said then that, she had met Martell or whatever before. And in that conversation, she was like, this was before Zaria. Zaria is her daughter. And if I'm not mistaken, Zaria is about 10 years old, right? So if this transpired before Zaria, this was a long time ago. So with Zaria being 10 years old, we already in a lie, because you said this was you just told Storm and them this was 4 years ago. But previously you said this was before Zaria, because they had that little clip in there. And one of these days I'm gonna learn how to go find me a clip to insert it in here so y'all can see what I'm talking about. But if y'all watched this episode, you heard that lady tell that lie. But anywho, Destiny asked whether or not her and Martell had sex and if it was bad, and that's why you won't say that you knew you went over to his house or whatever. So she was like, look, if it had happened, it happened. I have no problem saying that it did, because we're both grown and this was like years ago. So why wouldn't I say it? I would have no problem saying, yeah, I did it with him and it was bad, or I did it and we did it. I wouldn't have a problem saying it. But we gonna find out. LATRISHA is this dang on Pinocchio on the screen. LATRISHA is a liar. And I probably spelled her name wrong. I don't care, because she's a liar. And from this moment out, she's gonna stay a liar. Anywho, next we have Marceau and LaTisha. They're sitting at Black. Well, Marceau is at Black and LaTisha shows up, and she asks how he's doing or whatever, and he's in his feelings and he feels away because someone has called the city and they got Black shut down. They were complaining about different issues. I'm not for certain what issues that they were complaining about, but they did get Black shut down. Of course, he feels targeted, and he's saying something about the politicians and people are saying that they owe use tax. And of course, Tisha was like, didn't we pay tax on the stuff we got or whatever? Because Marceau was like, all this stuff came from Wayfair and somewhere else, he said. But in the midst of all this, Tisha does what she does and she starts crying. And Marceau is talking about, don't nobody know nothing about Huntsville but the rocket space thing, and anytime people come out from out of town, outside of the Rocket Center, the next thing that they ask about when coming to Huntsville is Black Cigar Lounge. And I'm like, do a lot don't care who tell it. A lot don't care who tell it. Because I feel like if they come into Huntsville, they're going to want to know more about A&M than Black. Because that school is more popular than Black. The only people that know about Black are the people that are in Huntsville, and of course now the people that watch this show. But ain't nobody just coming from all over the world just coming to Black now. Y'all doing team too much. Cause now, Marceau, you being a Pinocchio. Shoot, folks. But you know, if ain't nobody gonna hype you up, I guess you'll hype yourself up. I mean, I understand you feeling away because people shutting down your business. Now they shouldn't. If there are not legitimate issues that they're calling about, then they wrong for doing that. Now, if they are legitimate issues, then y'all need to fix it. Y'all need to fix it. So Marceau is calling out all the lands of the earth that he owns, or that they own, or that they got a note on. And he was talking about Black, Uptown, what he said, Scott Manor that don't exist. But hey, he said this is earth, so he owns his earth. Now, what I can't agree with what he said when he said freedom isn't free. I can agree with that. I can agree with that wholeheartedly. But Tisha brings up something about possibly selling Marceau shuts that down. So he ain't selling nothing. He fighting for everything he got and then some. So Tisha says, well, if you fight, I'm fighting. And I'm like, well, y'all better get to fighting because y'all going to be some fighting ISIS. The next scene we go to, we see Ken and Trish. Ken is just getting back from being over the road, and they sit down to eat and have a conversation. So Ken asks about how did things go with Marquez, whatever. And she explained the situation and told him, you know, they had a good conversation. And he said that, you know, they got to talking. Well, the only part Ken was concerned about was whether or not they had a conversation about their divorce, which of course they did. But she also was telling him about the things that she said some of the stuff got resolved, some of the things didn't. Of course, Marquez felt a way about the Father's Day thing, where Zaria was at school and she was telling them that her dad drives trucks and he be over the road. So Marquez felt away, and they was like, they understand why he feel away, but if he was more active, he wouldn't feel that way, because if Zaria don't know, she don't know. If you were more active, then Zaria would know, you know, what you do, and she would have said that versus what she said. Now, Ken is talking about they need to get on a better co-parenting relationship so they can get the issues resolved. And she was telling him that, of course, Marquez wants to have a conversation with him so they can resolve their issues, which he's all for, because he wants everybody to get along so it'd be better for the kids. And then he asks Trisha, how did the training session go with Stormy and Destiny? So, of course, she acts like she don't want to talk, which ain't nothing new because she don't never want to talk. Because now, she was doing all this screaming and hooting and hollering. Well, she wasn't so much as screaming, but she opened up her mouth and talked a whole lot more when she was over there with Stormy and Destiny. And yeah, over there, she talked a whole lot more. So now when she got to this conversation with the man that she's supposed to be engaged to, the man that she say she loved, the man that she say she want to be with, when it came to talking to him, baby, she couldn't open them teeth to save her life. Them jaws was just locked. She had just straight locked jaw. She just straight locked jaw. So she does tell him that Martell had told Stormy that she went to his house. And so she was like, and I said, it didn't happen or whatever. And she was like, well, it seems like I was just waiting on this to come out. So, and because she in fact did go to his house. So Ken looking like, huh? So you've been sitting up here in this whole time you've been on this show, telling this lie, talking about y'all don't. Well, you didn't say you didn't know Martell. Martell acting like he didn't know you. You going along with the bullshit, talking about you don't know him either. You knew him from the brother. But in all of that, you done been to this man's house. Because this was around the time he was getting that. I don't know if the divorce was final or if they was going through it. Because from what she said, they were supposed to be meeting up to go to the gym. And since his house was close to the gym, she went to the house. And while she was there, they ended up talking about him and Martell and Melody, because she had went through her situation with Marquez. So she was talking to him about his and Melody's situation. So she was like, Martell was like, look, I didn't invite you over here to be no counselor. So you telling me, because you sit here and said you didn't remember. You had to remember whether or not you actually went over there. I know you lying. I know you lying, Lockjaw, because I don't know a female who don't remember going to a man's house. If you don't remember going to a man's house, you done went to too many. Because I can tell you I can remember every man's house I done been to. Every one of them. And you gonna sit here from the time I started going to folks' houses. I can tell you the men houses that I have been to. For you to sit here and say you didn't remember going to this man's house, that means you must have been a 304 girl. You must have been laying it low and spreading it wide for you not to remember going to this man's house. Trisha, you a lie, you a lie, you a liar, and the truth ain't in you. You a liar. So if you lie, you'll cheat. If you cheat, you'll steal. If you'll steal, you'll kill. Trisha, you just, Trisha. I don't know what to say about you at this point, Trisha. You're just a liar. And of course, Ken feeling away because she's sitting there talking about, well, he was like, why is it that you're saying this was no big thing to you? It was no big thing to you because nothing happened. Why couldn't you tell me? Why couldn't you tell me? Because now he feeling away because he was like, he don't care about your past. Y'all could have banged, booked, and did whatever you wanted to do in your past because that's your past. Now, if we in the vicinity, in the space of the people that you done did that with, let me know, so folks won't be playing in my face. So now he feels like while he was at the bowling alley and wherever else he had been he and ha with Martell with at the gym, whatever the case may be, this man been sitting up here playing in his face, and now he feels stupid because LATRISHA, liar, you made it happen. You made this man look like a fool. And you did. And now you sitting up here tight-lipped and lockjawed because the man trying to get you to answer, hey, why you couldn't tell me? Because he was like, hell, if I had somebody that was in my past and then you was around them, I would have told you. Because if I hadn't, you would have acted a fool. So if you know you would have acted a fool, why can't he act one? Baby, y'all, oof. Baby, y'all, oof. All I know is, Trisha, you just lie, baby girl. You just liar. You just liar. You just lie. I don't look at you at this point. I don't believe nothing you say. You sit here talking about ain't that happen. I don't even believe that, because I believe something that happened because you sit here and you lied. Because Martell said you've been to his house multiple times. You said you went once. Somebody lying. And I'm going to say on this one is you, because you started out the episode saying you didn't even go to the house. And now you're saying you went to the house. Ken, I'm talking to you, Ken. Cut your losses, homeboy. Cut your losses. Cut your losses. Baby, get your little boots, your little shoes, get whatever you got, and hightail it up out of there. Cause Lockjaw don't want nothing. Lockjaw want to be out here being a 304 now. Lockjaw is a liar. And kid, you deserve better than that. Maybe. I don't know you like that. But you deserve better than to have Lockjaw around here lying to you and she barely able to talk because she feels some type of way. And now you trying to pry shit out of her, but she was over there mouth wide open when she was over there talking about when. Child bye. You know what? I'm through with this review. I'd have had enough. That's it. That's all I got. Drop down in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. And tell me what your thoughts were on this episode. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And you all have a wonderful night. Thank you for stopping through and spending a little time with me. And bye-bye.